Hello, 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 collective. My name is Marlissa. This is At Word from Mars. How are y'all doing? If you like it here, if you love it here, please like the video, share, subscribe. I know y'all like, what? But listen, when you got that silk press, okay, you guys to listen. I was not taking my hair out of these rollers, like by no means. I'm not taking these rollers out until I pull up to the function that I'm attending to tomorrow. Actually, I might take them out before to see how it's hitting, touch up some little pieces, put the rollers right back in. Okay, but anyway, this is not a beauty video, all right? I'm here to do some Saturn messages, Saturn rollover Saturdays, all right? Instead of doing the regular readings this week, I've been doing collective readings. I hope that y'all have been enjoying them for those of you all who have been tuning in, okay? Saturn rules over the signs of Capricorn, and I think it used to like with Aquarius or something. So if you have a Capricorn or Aquarius placement, this may hit a little bit more for you, but you don't have to. This is just the energy, all right? So we're going to go ahead and begin. So what lesson is repeating until the collective truly learns it? What lesson is repeating until the collective truly learns it? Okay. What foundation is the collective called to rebuild stronger? What foundation is the collective called to rebuild stronger? That's two. I only want one. What foundation is the collective called to rebuild stronger? One, please. What foundation is the collective called to rebuild stronger? Okay. What patience or discipline is paying off? What patience or discipline is paying off? Okay. What's the long-term blessing of the collective's current challenge? That's an interesting card for that, but we will go with it. All right. I also have some oracle cards pulled too, so we'll show that to y'all in a minute. Just saw 222 on my timer. All right. So the lesson that's repeating until you truly learn it, collective, is how to manage your anxiety. All right, how to manage your anxiety. Also, so I would say the decisions that lead to you being in this energy. The Nine of Swords is being up at night, having nightmares, being depressed, being anxious. All right. So for some of you, you're being called to learn how to better manage your mental health. All right. For others of you, or it could be both, right? For others of you, the lesson that keeps on repeating until you truly learn it is to make wiser decisions. If you make wiser decisions, you won't end up being in this Nine of Swords energy, all right? Unless, of course, you have some sort of diagnosis or something where whether things are good or bad, you're ruminating, all right? Otherwise, I'm feeling intuitively that some of us in the collective don't always make the best choices, and then when we do make those decisions and we regret them, we end up being like this. When lo and behold, it's like, oh, I could have just made a better decision from jump. All right. What foundation am I called to rebuild stronger? So the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, all right? This is someone who is very adventurous, whimsical, a dreamer, but like not only a dreamer, like not like watery, but this is like a person who actually goes after, what they want, has like new ideas, pursues those creative sparks, all of that. So some of you may have stepped away from this and maybe you start being like more realistic, especially if you are a Capricorn. All right. Because Capricorns can be like more grounded, not really the dreamers, if you will. Okay. You all are the people who work hard to get to where you want, not realizing like, okay, you have to be spontaneous and adventurous and all of that too sometimes. Okay. What patience or discipline is paying off? So this Three of Cups energy. So some of you are really good at networking, or spending time with your friends, or having fun, going out, having a good time. All right. So how you network or how you interact with people, or how you celebrate, all of that, that is paying off. All right. So it's like, if I'm celebrating, and I'm grateful, that's only going to call like more towards me. All right. So that discipline is paying off. Like how, like you spending time with others, how you connect with people, that is something that is working for you. right now, collective. What's the long-term blessing of my current challenge? So I believe the long-term blessing is you're learning how to not be in the Five of Swords, because the Five of Swords is not a blessing by any means. You know, it's just not a good card. The Five of Swords is fighting, and it's winning by any means. Like, you could stab your own friend or lover or whoever in the back, right? For the sake of winning. So I think the long-term blessing and the challenges that you may be experiencing. So I just heard think before you speak. So that may be something that you struggle with, collective. So the long-term blessing of your current challenges, you're going to learn to be the opposite of the Five of Swords. You're going to learn to, you know, keep collaborating with people. You're going to learn to you know, think more before you speak. You're going to learn that, like, you actually don't want to win the fights or arguments, that you want to be in relationship with people. All right, so that is a long-term blessing of your current challenge. So you're learning how to fight fair, because that's also unfair fighting. Like, again, winning by any means, which ain't it, okay? So I pulled some oracle cards. At the bottom of the deck, we have retreat, time spent alone, reflection on past and current situations. You could be a Virgo. That's very Virgo energy. I feel like some of you may be retreating to get yourself out of this Nine of Swords energy. And especially if you're not thinking before you speak, you're trying to, you know, hold back a little bit, reflect more on things, all right? Also with the cards here, you could be connected to a Libra or Sagittarius, all right, or be one of those signs. We have excuse me, we have rest, listen to your body, mentally and physically unwind. Rest, listen to your body, mentally and physically unwind. To me, this would go hand in hand with that Nine of Swords card. Declutter, let go of old items, create a new sacred space for yourself, all right? So, you know, we are in fall, the leaves are falling, you know, depending on where you're at in the world, right? Like, things are naturally dying. It is a season naturally right now in fall, so right now from the end of September until the end of December, because it's more so like the last day of Sagittarius, first day of Capricorn season when winter starts. So this time period, over these next 2 months and some change, like, go ahead and declutter. Crazy work, because I was literally doing that today. I felt called, like I had already planned, but like I was doing that today. And even some things I'm like, oh, I don't want to let this go because I like this, but it's like, girl, you haven't worn it, like, it's okay, you know. I had a pile for items that I was throwing away, items I had a giveaway bag that I had already created a long time ago for this room, and then I have a bag of stuff that I want to ideally sell because I feel like it's in good condition, or I never even wore it, things of that nature. All right. And I feel like, me personally, the more I declutter my space and things, the more organized things are, the better I feel. You know, I feel like everything has its place, and that helps my mind as well. And I have a lot to declutter because I moved back here a year ago, and there's not enough space here for me. So it's like I definitely needed to declutter or downsize or repack things appropriately. So for some of you all, that may resonate too. We have balance here, juggling too many things at once. Find time for yourself. So this more so gives me Libra energy, but I also mentioned Sagittarius because Sagittarius can be like alchemist, all right? But this definitely gives me Libra energy, all right? And we are in Libra season, so make sure you're finding time for yourself. Because, yeah, you may be spending time, you know, with friends and things like that, and that's working for you. But maybe sometimes you end up feeling this way too because, like, you overbook, overspend, whatever the case may be. So make sure you're finding some time for yourself. Denial, failure to accept a situation, unhealthy cycles or addiction. So this whole reading is about, you know, lessons. All right. So make sure that you are facing what you could potentially be in denial about. All right. Make sure you're seeing situations for what they are. And if you have any unhealthy cycles or addictions that you have, work through those. All right. We have ask your angels. Seek the divine. Your angels want to support you. Ask your angels. Seek the divine. Your angels want to support you. All right. And then the last card, I pulled a mindful message. All right. And it says, follow my joy. Today I will write down 10 things I enjoy doing, the things that make me feel good and raise my mood. Then I'll pick one, or as many as I feel guided to, and go do it. When I am having fun and enjoying life, I am in a state of allowing for all that I desire. All right. That's very much so giving me this energy. All right, Page of Wands. And it's very much so giving me combating this energy. Okay. All right, collective, that is what I have for you. Quick little 1-2. So I probably will start dropping readings again on Monday. If not Monday, maybe Tuesday. But yeah, next week will be love readings. I hope you enjoyed these collective readings. Please like it. Please share it. Love y'all. Thank you for being here. Bye.